Hi, beautiful. How are you? We're going to get real here into the Jay Slater case. So, I've had my notebook and I've written down that many things that are unbelievable. Unbelievable. They're not believable. But in doing that, I came across the last one, which is actually impossible. Jay couldn't have done it. There's no way. It's physically impossible. And to me, it screams foul play. So we're going to get into it. I'm going to try to go through them pretty quick. You are watching a live. I don't edit. I don't pre-cam this. This is literally me talking to you real time. You might be watching a replay of me doing a live. In that, I want to welcome you back to 1111 True Crime. And if you're brand new to the channel, welcome. We appreciate you. Everybody is kind here, and we just ask that everybody share their opinion respectfully. All right, my lovelies. Let me switch this over real quick. That way I've got chat. I do interact a lot with my chat. All you have to be is a subscriber. It's free to you. It just weeds out anybody that's just strolling by that doesn't even know what's going on. All right, my lovely Luz, if you're not into the meet and greet and you're on replay, fast forward about 30 seconds. I'm just going to say hi to some lovely folks. Hello, sir, or maybe ma'am, Thornbird. Hello, lovely. Hello, my gorgeous Jennifer Swain. Ocean Deep 24, lovely. The beautiful Creta Sign. Hello, everybody. Steve the Cockney. Hello. Oh, I clicked the wrong one. How do I say that? Ivana. Ivan? Avian? I may have it wrong, but welcome to 1111 True Crime. All right, you guys, so get ready. Get your comments ready. You can either post it in the live, or if you're on replay, comment down below, because I'm not the only one that's got red flags. You're going to have other red flags. Share them on the comments after the live, so on the replay, because then I'm going to take your comments and I'm going to present what you guys have as an additional part of this on a second video, a follow-up. There it is, a follow-up. Do you remember the old David Letterman show, the late night show with David Letterman? And he would have his top 10, and he would start with the kind of, this is weird or whatever, and he'd work up to the boom, and the number one was, well, we're going to try to do that. I'm going to try to break this down in about 30 minutes, and for those of you that want to hang out and chat after that, I greatly appreciate it, and I'll be having a conversation with you. I'll give you a voice on this platform, and that's something we do a little different here, is we do a lot of engagement of talking directly with the chatter. So, like, if you're on the live chatting with us, you come up with a great idea, and we can Google it, we do it. It's kind of like that. All right, you guys. So we're going to start off in the Jay Slater case. This is in the last, I put myself down on paper starting at about 9 o'clock this morning. I did it off and on while I did my chores, and there's a lot here. I think there's 20. Let's start with number 20. We'll just guess that there's about 20. It's a 10-minute drive to Jay's apartment. Jay's mom, Debbie, said he kind of asked, like, why so far away? So in Jay's mind, a 10-minute drive is far away. Jay wouldn't have walked to get a haircut a few blocks away, according to Lucy. So it's unbelievable to many of us that he would choose to walk through a volcanic island through volcanic rock and cactuses to a shoreline that you have to have a boat to leave from when the entire town and everything is right there. It's not believable. It's unbelievable to me and to a lot of us. Share your thoughts. Share your thoughts. Let me get chat on the board for everybody. Hi from all God's country, Wales. Well, hello and welcome back. TCBO1, good to see you. Hi from Scotland. Holy cow. Hi, Granny 2 Finlay. Hey, JJ, welcome to 1111 True Crime. Hey, Sassy. I love my mods. I got the most beautiful family here at 1111. You're welcome to join us. It's free. You just hit subscriber. And see that right there? Because I'm going to be busy and I'll probably forget. If you're a subscriber, we're going to hit 30,000 like any minute. Like it's a hot minute away. Just put DVC giveaway in the comments on the replay only. DVC giveaway. And you're automatically in the drawing. And then when we hit 30,000, watch our community tab. I'll let you know which random beautiful soul gets that. It's a wonderful digital camera. Okay. JJ said red flag his so-called friends. That's a big one. That's a big one. Okay, here we go. Belfast. Hi, Lisa. Okay, I'm getting taken away by, seeing everybody all over the world because you know how incredible that is that we can all meet. Okay, talking about friends, great segue. Why not ring, as you guys say ring, we say call, you say ring, friends at 6 o'clock if he lost his key. And why do I say 6 o'clock a.m.? Because if you listen to Ahab, they arrived at the Airbnb at 6:30, and he says it was only a half-hour drive. That takes you back to 6 a.m. So if he lost his key to his apartment, which is completely different than like a hotel. So let's say he did lose his key. We'll give you that for a minute. Why not ring your friend? Well, maybe you don't want to wake your friend. Well, no, that's not it. Because it's not even 2 hours later, you're ringing all your friends who would be definitely deeper asleep. So it's not that. It's really weird to me. Why would you not ring your friends? Then Brad said he just got out of the rave, or just got off the rave himself. So if that's true, and the rave actually ended somewhere between 4 and 5, or even 5 and 6, Brad would most likely still be awake and be able to hook up with you a lot easier than up at some other place. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? Hi, Paulo. How are you? Michelle says, hello, Mama D, True Crime Family, watching from the UK, sending much love. Let me hit the love button. Love. Oh, I'm hitting something else. Love, love, love. A bit of a do. I love your name. You say, and I think you're right, I really do. Energy finished at 4 a.m., so plenty of time to go seek out friends. All right. Perfect. Let's walk through this. Let me see what this one is. Oh, you lead right into it. It's like you guys are reading my mind. So let's stick with that about the friends and when the rave ended. So the rave ended. I had heard that too around 4 a.m., but I wasn't sure. Let's just say 4 a.m., which sounds probably right. There's a half hour after the rave. I've got this, what do you call it, firsthand, when you talk to somebody that's done the raves there, that said 30 minutes, people are still there. Like nobody just split. So we're going to give the benefit of the doubt of 4:30 a.m. that like the rave is dead in the water. No, I didn't mean those words. That came off weird. I apologize. All right. So if Ab is saying they got to the Airbnb at 6:30, and I know he is because I heard it out of his own little mouth on that little boompity boom video, then it took him a half hour to drive because he was zooming in the zone, bruh. That would say that they left at 6. So what happened between 4:30 to 6? We have an hour and a half of missing time. Complete missing time. An hour and a half. You know, it makes you wonder. We'll get into it later, but Ophelia saying that she saw Jay, if she didn't, nobody did. No one. Even though it's highly populated in a tourist area, just saying. Where's that hour and a half of missing time? From 4:30 when the rave ends to 6 a.m. when he leaves with Ahab and Rocky to MASCA, we have an hour and a half of missing time. Okay. This one's been mentioned a lot, but it's got to be mentioned. Forgive me, let me grab a drink. Okay, so Paulo knows the area a little better, I think, just based on what they always share. It's about 45-minute drive normally. Though he said, meaning Ahab, he spedded it up to the north and did it in 30 minutes. I added the 30 because I heard Ahab say that. So like I said, we have an hour and a half of missing time. Where was Jay for an hour and a half? We have the ability to understand a lot more if we understand all the time. Like, the rave ended, so where's that time? What happened? Okay? What do you guys think? Hey, Riv. Greetings from Ronnie Ridham, a.k.a. Riv, to my beautiful, smart lady. You on point, sis. Thank you, love. Thank you. They went to the street, Samar said, where the pubs and the clubs are. So here's where I'm like thinking when you say clubs and pubs, I'm thinking, could that be where maybe they took a detour to a smoke shop? And could that smoke shop be where Ahab and Jay connected? Just asking questions. Ooh, Lisa Whelan's talking about Ophelia and says, in my opinion, please add that, y'all, she was paid off because you can see it in her face. I'm just saying. Aw, thank you, Michelle. You say, hi, your channel is excellent from London. That's incredible. Thank you. JJ says they went back to settle the debt, in my opinion. Okay, one more, and then I got to keep going, right? Because we got so many, and there's a big one, and I don't want you to miss it, so I want to keep going. A bit ado, at Veronica's, people do hang out afterwards, and there would have been bars open. Okay, excellent point. So, we've all talked about this one. We're not going to hang on it real good, but we're going to make it the unbelievable part. Mom gets the WhatsApp message that I call it the kiss your boy goodbye message. He owes me money, right? She gets that as she lands in Tenerife the day after Jay went missing. We got zero media coverage. The only people that are going to know that he is even missing are friends and family and the authorities. So, how'd they get your WhatsApp number? Could it be somebody on your list? I think you got a mole. Somebody gave her number, I believe, to this person to make that little thing. But there were no media coverage at all. So where would you even get that concept that it could be a troll? I'm not saying it wasn't, but why would you think that? That'd be like nobody would even know he's missing. So for you to even send me a message about what could have happened to my son, how do you even know he's missing to send me that? Nobody knows but my family and friends and the authority. I get a random message that says, you ain't gonna see your boy. Kiss him bye. I'd be like, oh, we got somebody that knows my kid is missing. All right. You feel me? We got to keep thinking about what do these red flags imply. It implies that somebody knew before anybody else that Jay was missing. How? It boggles my mind. Like, I get so passionate because I'm like, I can't believe it. It's not believable. I feel like I'm talking, and when you guys are the choir, I know I'm preaching to you. You're already in agreement. I get it. I'm talking to the people out there that are trying to sell us this narrative. No, it's unbelievable. We're not gonna do it. Here, Lucy never called mom. Lucy did not call mom. Sure, she called the police. But instead of calling mom and being like, your boy that you have a special bond with, we don't know where he is, I had to call the police. Instead of that, Lucy goes and starts to GoFundMe without permission for the mom. Believable. What the fluck? I literally wrote that. What the fluck? What the actual fluck? And I'm just going to say this. Debbie Duncan has impeccable courage and dignity and integrity. She handled the interview incredibly well. I would have been like, that one right there? You know? Something happened to my kid. I'm a lot more like, we're going to be talking about it. But Debbie held herself and presented herself very well for the hell she's going through. And I do send my love, as well as our whole 1111 family do, to the family. I'm just doing this because I got as many questions as Debbie. And I got to see a lot more of Debbie's interviews. So Tanya says, in my opinion, the landlady's sister, who apparently seen Jay twice that morning, is covering for AM. Funny, nobody else saw Jay. Boom! You get a gold star. You get the goat. This is our mascot. Yes, it's supposed to have a head, but Jack's the Mississippi, my Jack Russell, chewed the head off. Okay. That's our mascot. Billy is his name. Aw. Lisa, thank you for a cup of coffee. Aw, thank you. You're so kind. Okay, so never calls mom, but goes and starts a GoFundMe in mom's name without asking. Unbelievable, but not impossible. We're going to get to impossible. Keep moving, keep moving. Ooh, I got to speed up. All right. Just a simple one. What are we at anyway? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5. Okay, number 15. I just realized what I'm supposed to be doing. I had a game plan, but it went to the door, out the door. According to mom, Debbie says Jay's passport and money were back in the apartment. So number 15, red flag. Where's this rumor coming from that Jay didn't have any money? His mom says his money and passport, and she said money, were back at the apartment she rented. Feel me? I'm like, why would his money be left behind? Had he made it back to the apartment and put his money there and then got taken out of there? Is that really where he went? Is that how Lucy's blanket got with Jay? Or at MASCA somehow? TCBL1, I would have rung the number back or text, how much do my boy owe? Bing. For real. Hi, Kara Reed. Hello, lovely. Oceans Deep. Hello, hello. What if someone wore his clothes and was made to walk about and then dump his clothes? Good question. Sally Love says, what you drinking? Hot chocolate? I'm drinking sweet tea in a mug. I wanted to feel intelligent, and I felt like if I could sit and like put just a couple fingers through the handle, that it would make me feel real smart. So I did that while I wrote my notes, just so I'd be like on the thing, you know. I'm a Gemini. What can I do? Okay, wait, what were we on? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 from 20. We're on 14. Allegedly. We're on 14. Allegedly. Jay would not let his phone run down. Would never let his phone run down. From Mom. Debbie Duncan said that. It would be his number one priority to charge his phone above everything else. Now pay attention, because this is connected to the impossible. But this part is just unbelievable. Why? Everybody wants to know, including me. Another question. Why leave with no battery when it's right there? But a bigger question is, why would you be taking photographs and making little notes about where your location is of your feet when you are about to lose all your signal and had not arranged for a ride out of there? Why are you, flucking around to find out when your phone is your number one priority, according to Mom? You're wasting time and battery of photographing some tiny little brown feet in a blanket that comes from Lucy's apartment, but not showing your face. You feel me? I think that was 14. Hey, Jesse Savage. Calling back the number, that's easy to say in hindsight. No one knows how they would react such a panic situation. You think you wouldn't. But see, there's this thing called instinct with Mom. You call back a number, or you turn that number into the police, and you have them follow up and come back with a name. You would. You wouldn't blow that off. If you know nobody else knows something, then you have a control question. So in other words, you hear about drama and true crime and all this, and yet you hear also all LE is like, got to keep it close to the vest. It's because it's control of the case. They tell you that flat out. So in other words, they might not release how the victim became the victim. And so a lot of rumors will go out there, but there's a reason. And it's because when somebody comes forward with information that no one else could know, that's when you know you got something. So with that phone call or that WhatsApp, immediately the first thing instinctually is, how are you knowing that? Nobody else but friends and family and the authorities know my kid is missing. So I have to I have to disagree on that. I think that's instinctual to ask that. If nobody else can know how your kid is missing, you're looking for your kid, and somebody says they got him, that's pretty incriminating. So, this one's going to get into Ophelia a little bit. Hey, official, welcome back. Not the Oompa Loompa feet. You're funny. Hey, Cat, K. Did you notice Brandon wasn't mentioned in any interviews at the beginning? That is true. I don't remember that. Gizmo says, phone was wiped clean? Ooh, you're close to the impossible. But we'll get there. Okay. Tarma says Ophelia has some strong links to the mayor and a local civil guardia from El Palmar, a village very close to MASCA, in my opinion. Okay. Perfect transition, my lovelies. So, you are going to be at the MASCA for a minute. You are at the MASCA. And this 19-year-old kid walks up to you and asks you for directions. You're in a dangerous location. You're used to tourists doing stupid crap. So you yourself give him directions on where to go safely. You're going to go here, right? Just wherever that is. Go this way. You see him or her a few minutes later going the wrong way. Now, everybody can say, why didn't she go stop him and all that? But my question is, wouldn't you feel responsible being that obviously you don't speak a word of... God bless America and all that live there, a word of English. So how in the holy heaven above would this child at 19 have asked her a damn thing? She does not speak a word of English. Debbie, the mother, has stated they could not have a conversation with her. So Jay didn't get no directions from her. I call her out. In my humble opinion, she is full of rubbish. She put her hand up, according to Debbie, the mother of Jay, whatever that meant, towards the family, which to me, that's universal for stop. Don't come closer. She pulled all the chairs in when she seen him drive up. You heard about this probably. And locked up the place. And I'll have you know, that's the very woman that alleges she is the last one to ever see Jay alive. How dare she? I'll say it. Even though Debbie has beautiful integrity and I give her all that. How dare the last person to see Jay snub the family when she's the one that didn't feel guilt, that she gave directions that were so screwed up that this kid went up. Oh no, Jay never talked to her. Sorry. That one ticked me off. She never talked because she cannot speak a word of English. Cannot speak a word of English. Jay didn't have a conversation with her. Also, remember, Lucy, her little interview. It was not hot. It was not cold. It was the perfect time of day. It was tourists. There were people hiking. There were people all over. There were cafes. There were cabs. I don't understand this. And she says, even though there was a language barrier, meaning Jay could not speak her language, for those of you that are going to be like, Jay could probably talk that language. No, Debbie couldn't, Jay's family couldn't, and Jay couldn't. Right there. It's there. So, I don't know what number we're on. Hold on. I'm going to come up to top side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We got a few more. Few more. Ruth says, poor little Chavy got stitched up. Hope he weren't spiced and sent on a long walk to the cliffs. Damn. Karen Reed said, if I had been Ophelia, I would never have let Jay go off alone. I would have given him a lift. Thank you. That's believable. It's unbelievable for me to think that Jay got directions from a woman that absolutely turned her back to the camera, that snubbed the family, pulled all the chairs, locked the doors, refused to speak to him, and doesn't speak English. I don't believe it. It's unbelievable. But it's not impossible. We're going to get to impossible. I promise. I promise. Hey, Puka Princess. It's so blatant, but old Bill, not silly, this goes deep. I think so too. Christine McQuillan says exactly she wouldn't have any clue what he was asking. Boom! You get a gold star and the goat. Sonia says, in my opinion, I do not believe that she cannot speak English. She has a shop there and is used to tourists, right? Mm-hmm. I'm just saying. Okay. A big one. Is there any proof that Jay left with Ahab and Rocky willingly? Or at all? What are you going to give me? The blanket photo or Ophelia? That's all there is. I don't believe either one. Why didn't Ahab book that Airbnb in his own name? What did he think was going to happen? That he didn't want his name on it. And what name did he use? Questions. I got more questions. Hey, Mark and Betty. Welcome to 1111 True Crime. I think you've been here. I could be wrong, but I do think so. Are Ahab and Rocky in prison? I don't think so. That'd be awful quick. I think they did that just to get the heat off of them. Because if you look, pretty much MW backed out. Chris P has basically silenced everything. Where did he go? And then Ahab and Rocky put that little comment up about a barbecue. And that was the last I've heard. I mean, that was that. Anna Hill Dawes says, even if Ophelia didn't speak English, the word taxi is still the same. There was a taxi place close by. Yes, there was a taxi. Yep, you're right. You're very right, Anna. Carrie says they all need to be questioned and under arrest. Okay. Now you're going to have to stay with me on this one because I know some people are going to get all confused as to what I am actually saying. So I'm going to take a minute on this one, okay? We're talking about a watch. We have a photograph, a snap, as Debbie said, a snap of Jay where just his part of his hand is showing no watch. He's got sunglasses on and it's night. And she said he looked unconscious to her. As a mother, you know what your kid looks like. She is saying he looks unconscious. I thought about Ahab's conversation. Listen to what Ahab was saying. He was saying about being asked about the watch. He's like, bro, do you even know what watch? Did you see a watch? What did it look like? Right? Because he knows. He knows there's no photograph that anybody is going to produce about a watch, because he would know that it didn't happen that way on that photograph. So here's the deal. How would Ahab know if Jay had kept it quiet and was back on his phone and posted that? Ahab wouldn't know that. He wouldn't know if Jay was like that and took a picture of his watch. He would not know that. But no, Ahab knows that Jay did not put a picture of a watch on there. Is it because it wasn't Jay? It was actually Ahab that took the picture. I'm just asking. And what's weird, now keep in mind, you can't see Jay's eyes and words are over his mouth. That is what Debbie Duncan is saying. You can't see Jay's eyes because of the sunglasses. And she's like, words are over his mouth. That's bothering her. It's almost like speaking for him that I stole a watch, right? So I was thinking to myself, if Jay didn't steal a watch, why would that be the story? Okay? Why would that even have come up? Why a watch? Well, Ahab knows Potter. They're good friends. They've been on stage accepting awards together. You got Ahab posing with that huge picture of Potter. They hang out. He's very aware of another scenario that where in the past that worked. That happened. A watch got stolen. And it made the people that stole the watch, even though if you know the whole story, you're like, oh no, they aren't the bad ones if you're following the story and you believe it. Because they're the ones that were swindled out of the entire business, allegedly by this VIP and somebody named Lucy, allegedly, out of the whole business. So they're just trying to grab some of their own stuff to reclaim something. But Ahab is aware that the stolen watch made them appear as the criminal that nobody would want to help. So it would be a very telltale that somebody that's experienced the watch being stolen, if you're wanting to obscure and redirect and make somebody look really shisty, and that way it gets downplayed that he went missing, dude stole a watch from the wrong dude. Not my problem, bruh. That kind of energy, right? But you wouldn't want to take accountability for it or know anything about it. So you take a picture of the Weekend with Bernie picture, right? And put something about I stole a watch on there, whatever. But then deny accountability. Make it sound fabricated so that you're distancing yourself from that whole thing. I know nothing about no watch. Did you see a watch? What did it look like? Okay? I told you it was going to be a long one. So to me, it's a big one that it's a tell. That it's a story about a watch where you can't see Jay's eyes to tell if he's conscious. You can't even look at his mouth to see if his lips are blue. Nothing. It's dark. There's words all over the screen. And it definitely bothered Debbie, Mom. You know if your kid looks healthy or not. No, she didn't seem to think so. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 7 to get to impossible. Hey, Carrie Reed. I'm sorry, but Brad is death involved in this, in my opinion. If he isn't, he has been warned if he tells he's next, in my opinion. Hey, Francisca. Damn. Check Facebook, AU-based Tenerife video from 16th June. Rocky's there, no Ahab. Oh, I'll have to figure out what you're saying. Okay, Carrie, you say, wonder what Ophelia's husband is like. If it's the guy I've seen pics of, he looks like a guy you wouldn't want to mess with. JJ says, surely there must be CCTV of them leaving with Ahab. I would love to know. Okay. What we got? Did we have 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So that would mean I did 13. So I don't know what number I'm. We're on number 7. I did something weird in my head. Friends talk him into going on this vacation in the first place. And it doesn't sound to me like Debbie had to pay, or Jay, for any flight on the way out, because Debbie said she only had to pay for a return flight because the friends were going anyway. Was this planned? Was this planned? Because he's on day 3, and 3s always to me are a very deceptive number. He's on day 3 of the NRG festival, and he disappears because his friends allegedly abandoned him. Come on the trip. It's kind of like the DM and Bethany. Well, the DM more in the Idaho 4, right? The beg Kaylee to come back. Come on, be my +1, be my +1. And then doesn't he go check on her when, or spend time with her for the weekend? And then Kaylee's the one that ends up demised. So we got friends here that are like, you don't got to pay for a flight. Come on, come on, come on. Jay don't even really want to go. He's not that hip on it. What were they planning, if anything? It just, that shocked me. I really found that strange. No watch, all made up for the scenario, says Carrie. I think you're right, too. Angela Cowland, you would need to know some basic English for booking the Airbnb, I'd say. Good point. You get a gold star. She knows English. Carrie Reed goes on to say, I just looked at the picture again. Definitely looks like Brandon, in my opinion. Best of Me says 47 here, under 100 likes. Come on, family, come on. Put them up, put them up. Give it up. You know you love me as much as I love you. You hit the like button for me, I'll blow you a kiss. All right, lovely. Jaden Kerr says, good evening. Please, everyone, show some love. Hit the like button. Thank you all. Thank you, Jaden. Dakota Springs says, in that photo, it does not look like Jade. The hairline looks different, and the face looks a little chubby. I may be wrong. Well, I appreciate your opinion. Tanya Snow says, in my opinion, Rocky and Ab. Francisca Moore says, what about what he said to Rocky about the night before? Right? He's like, we knows, but them don't know. I just want to know so bad. Sassy. Watch. Code for watchers. I don't know. Well, I'm just going to leave it. I'm just going to say I just feel like it's a made-up story by Ab, in my opinion. It's too familiar to him. He can stick to the theme. He can deny it. But he knows it makes someone look really bad if they stole. He knows that implying that a tourist stole is going to make people feel a certain way. Are you feeling me? Like, they have this whole thing in Tenerife where you can go watch video after video after video about scams, how there's pickpocketers like prevalent, that stealing is taken extremely serious. And so it's like one of the worst crimes is to steal. It's really, really bad. It can be taken very personal. So if you imply that somebody is a thief, which Debbie's like, right? And you know if your kid's a stealer or not. Have they been in jail? for stealing? Have they lost all their friends because they steal? Have they been in trouble at school because they steal? He's only 19. It's not like she got out of touch with his life and she's not sure because he lives a billion miles away. This kid's still under her roof, as far as I'm aware, you know. And if there's been no problems up to this point, why would all of a sudden you decide to steal thousands of dollars, a very expensive item, obviously from somebody that's got a little bit of money and power? So this one just kind of gets me. Ab and Lucy talk about searching at night. So I'm like, when is that? Is that the night? Like he goes missing at 8:30 and then they're searching that night? Or are Ab and Lucy out there claiming they're searching, but are they the ones that are making the dogs and the goats go nuts? Just asking. Because if you go by a couple things here, we've got the screenshot of the GPS, which I proved is 8:30, around 8:30, because if you take the 8:49 minus the 21 minutes, you get 8:21 a.m. And that is on the second screenshot, saying that the phone or the app was last updated at 8:21 a.m. Boom. Can't make it up. So it's 8:21 a.m. is the last time that Jay's phone allegedly had any map service updated. Mark Williams does say 8:30 a.m. Lucy says 8:30 a.m. We're all looking at an alleged photograph that was supposedly taken the day that Jay went missing, holding a cigarette, wearing Lucy's blanket, and it's daylight. But yet, I was confused a little bit about the mom saying it was dark. And so I was wondering if she meant like Jay wouldn't have been paying attention on the way there, maybe, because at 6:30 a.m. it was dark. I just wanted to touch on that one. You know, Rolex equaling, and I'll flash it, but I'm not going to say it because of guidelines. Yep, it could be. Did he steal that? I doubt it. A bit of ado. This makes the whole thing more shady if we're supposed to believe Jay sent that message about stealing a watch, yet Ab was sat in the car with Jay and knew nothing about a watch. Boom. Okay, this is a weird one. I don't know for sure. I'm just throwing it out there because I'm getting a lot of messages repetitively, and I don't know if it's true or not. I tried to look it up. I can't confirm it. But a lot of people are like, Jay had white trainers on the last time he's seen at the NRG Festival. And my problem with that is I can't tell you what order these festival videos are in. I don't know if it's day 1, day 2, or day 3. So I can't answer that, but I wanted to address it. I understand what you're saying, but I can't go anywhere with it. We're 4 away from impossible. Should we keep going? You guys want to keep going? I'm saying there's an impossible here. Kara Reed says apparently Jay's body found beach end of ravine. Yes. Paulo says marrying him right, but look at who he's friends with. Good point. Hey, Brett Reynolds from England. You say love the content. Thank you, lovely. Exactly, Tanya. The snaps and videos are all mixed up. In your opinion, Debbie's saying it was like Lucy and Ab saying that they both searched the area when it was dark. Okay. Would you be out there searching at night in the dark? I don't care how good you knew it. I highly doubt it. Anybody else want to explain to me why that bag isn't important of Jay's? Why isn't that being talked about other than, you know, we're trying to explain, like if you watch Wax Unfiltered, who's doing an incredible job, shout out, hats off to him. He has shown you that the bag is no longer seen on the very last video that we have as proof of life for Jay. It literally appears that the bag is removed by Jay, and it almost looks like he hands it off to somebody he didn't mean to hand it off to. Did Jay was there a weapon there where he's like, you can have my bag? Or did he hand it off to somebody thinking they were somebody he knew? But one thing I would like to say, if he didn't hand it off, for those of you that don't believe that, where's the bag now? Where's Jay's black bag? Did Debbie have it? Does Mom have the black bag? It's very important that we need to know that. Where is Jay's black bag? It's important. He didn't leave that bag. The only time I see him without the bag is in the Haji photograph, when Haji is wearing the black bag. Maybe it's two different bags. Maybe it's not. So you had mentioned, where's that mention about the beach end? Karen Reed. Okay. Jay is found off trail closer to the beach end, right? We've got 3 to go. I suggested a boat ride when he wasn't found yet. Some people called me names. A lot of people stopped watching my videos and unsubscribed. Now, everybody's asking, could there have been a boat involved? So I'm going to take this minute to say, maybe keep more of an open mind. Because what if there was a boat involved? Don't forget, we absolutely have a boat blink off GPS at the very time. Now think about it. At the very time, we are missing an hour and a half. Remember the rave ending at 4:30? Ab stating that they got there at 6:30 and it was only a half-hour drive. That's an hour and a half unaccounted for, and that's the exact time that this boat blinks off the GPS. Pew! It's gone. It blinks on again over a week later for just a few seconds, I think a minute, and it blinks out again, off. Could that be how Jay's body shows up on the beach end of a ravine where his clothes and belongings are placed next to him? I asked that before he was found. Nobody wanted to talk about it. We're 2 away. And number 2, we'll give a drum roll for this one. That was loud. We're dealing with Ahab, who is an ex-Welsh rug ring boss, alone with his mate and a 19-year-old kid that's not even from that country. Jay wouldn't have been there if it weren't for Ahab. And Jay is found unalive. Impossible. Now, everything else has been unbelievable. To me, and correct me if I'm wrong, this is absolutely impossible. I want you to get your phone. I want you to let it go to 1%. 1%. Now, I'm not kidding you. If you can videotape it and prove to me, and I promise you, take me serious, if you can prove to me that you can successfully wipe out and reset your phone on 1% battery, I will donate $100 to the Children's Missing, what is it all called, you guys? That's my sponsor I do. The National Children's Center for Missing Children. I will personally throw $100 towards that. But you have to videotape it and prove to me that at 1% battery, you can wipe out your phone by resetting it. It's not possible. Look, you think I'm kidding? I have an old phone. I charged it, tried it. Didn't work. I did a different one. I went and bought another phone of a completely different plan, completely different type. Again, tried it, didn't work. I tried it on this phone, didn't work. I went and got my friend that has an iPhone. Nope. She gets a warning that it will not reset with that low of a percentage. So there is no possible way that Jay could even conceivably have reset his phone after he's at 1%. It can't happen. It didn't happen in a million years. He could not reset his phone with a 1% battery. If you can prove it to me, send me a video legitimately proving to me at 1%. Don't you pause it either. You roll it. You show me at 1% that you reset your phone and then it goes through without shutting down in the middle of a reset that wipes your phone. I'll send $100 to the National Center, which I'm going to do anyway. I'm going to do it anyway. Even if you can't prove it to me. I'll give you a week to see if you can prove it to me, and I'll donate it anyway. But you feel me. It's impossible. So all of this is unbelievable. And that gives us red flags. But if you're going to do anything, you get that phone to whatever you have as a fake Bureau of Investigator in your neck of the woods, and you take that phone that was allegedly found weeks prior, completely wiped before they found Jay's body, allegedly, and you tell me how his phone got reset. How's it wiped? Had to happen after it was found or after Jay has passed. So I was thinking about it. There are no dates on any of these screenshots. We don't know when that phone actually pinged last. That could have been a year ago. There's no dates. Now, if Jay's phone's wiped, all they got is what they got on their phone, screenshots. They don't got no dates. Is that why it's wiped? Is that why it's wiped? Because the dates won't match. Was Jay's phone up there earlier or later, the day after? It's just too much. It screams foul play that his phone is wiped. The victim, it's like the victim falls off a cliff and on the way down, they're like, come on, 1%, come on. And they're not calling a cab. They're like, reset my phone. Come on, reset my phone. No, it's impossible. You cannot reset your phone if you have 1% battery. You totally agree with me, Violet One? I'm just saying, it can't be done. I talked to too many people. I called Verizon. I called one of my very, very long-term besties that actually worked for a phone company. They sold iPhones. They sold all them phones. And I said, what is the lowest percentage for the best phone in the world of a battery for you to reset it? And she said, I would say that you better have at least 7 to 10% to slide by, though you could make it with 5. She said at 1%, you won't even get to the screen where you got to reset it and say, yes, I mean to. It's impossible, she said. There's no way to reset any phone that she's aware of, and she sold them for years and got awards for being top salesperson and knows phones like you and me. I use her for cases because she knows phones. She's like, didn't happen. I said, how would his phone get reset? She said that if they had used that for the location and then wiped the phone and stitched it, is the only way she could tell. So, I'm like, wow. Adu says data forensic need to take place. Absolutely. Katia K, hello. I checked Jay's hands on other pics. They are nowhere near as orange as that hand holding the lighter. I see what you're saying. What'd Steve say? What kid? I gotta go way back up. Okay. Steve Cockney, hello, my lovely. Jay was never at the Airbnb, in my opinion, either. Never happened. I'm going to give you my scenario. I honest to God believe this, and it is nothing but spaghetti at the wall, theory, speculation, you call it what you want. I'm going to give you the same dang theory I gave you weeks before he was found. I believe that Jay went to the Smoke It, the shop, after the rave with someone, and I believe he was short on something, that the main person was short on something, and there was an altercation. Could have happened at the beach. I don't even know about that video. I do know about it, but I mean, I don't know if it's real. I don't know if it's 1,000,000 years old. I don't even care. I'm just saying it could have happened off in the beach somewhere. It could have happened anywhere. Could have happened on the way there. Whatever. I feel like Jay was running, trying to get away. You see that video of that person weaving amongst them boats. We got that boat going off GPS. I think that person looks like they're being chased. There's quite a few that come around the corner running. You're on a dock. Where are you going to go? You're going to go on a boat. Then we have a boat at that time where we have an hour and a half of missing time that is unaccounted for. You know, Abe's got to be there by about that time for this to all kind of plan out, where he's got to be there around an hour and a half before he got to go. What all went down? I think Jay was taken on a boat. And I think later, after it didn't pan out monetarily for this ransom, because your son owes me money kind of thing, that they were like, this has gotten too big, too much of a risk, wash our hands of it. And then you got the Coast Guard allegedly tipping off everybody in Tenerife at the game that the body had already been found. Well, is that when that boat come back through there? And for a second you see some GPS? Are they headed right there towards MASCA? When their GPS goes off so you don't know where they go, so that they can put that remains in that spot? That'd be really understandable how his clothes could get there and his things and not get hung up in the brush above it. So how do you reset his phone on 1%? I talked to an expert. She said it's impossible. Doesn't matter what kind of phone he has, cannot be done. I'm like, okay. You guys. Julie Wells says there's a face on silver piece of lighter. It's not Jace, in my opinion. So I can't blow that one up. I tried. It gets too pixelated. And I'm going to jump off here very quickly, but I do want to say we need to look at the picture of Jay where the snap that Debbie's saying he doesn't look conscious in. We need to look at that more blown up. I don't know if we'll see anything. We need to do it. So that'll be part of what we're going to do the next time we're together. Make sure, do me a solid, all right? I want you to go in the comments on replay. I want you to put up short, not big long paragraphs, because I'm not going to be reading your entire theory from, the beginning to the end. But I want to be able to share tomorrow at least 10 of your, good red flags. All right? So I did my homework. If I miss something, I love you. I encourage you. I implore you. I inspire you to share your theories back with me. All right? Also, make sure you share love to Mama D, because you know I love you. I wouldn't keep doing this if I didn't love you. I truly do. I appreciate my 1111 family. Most of you, well, quite a few of you have been with me for like almost 3 years. And to those of you that have been here that long, you're amazing to me. And you always say, I'm amazing. You're amazing. You're incredible. The support you guys have shown me has been such a blessing in my life. And I continue to do this. I'm balancing it out more too. I'm not getting as attached where I'm like ready to go find somebody that I think did it and be like, what did you do this for? I'm going to call the authorities. I'm more or less learning to relax and ask the questions and not pound the table because I'm mad. So I guess I'm learning. But if you like the way I did this, let me know by showing some love towards me. And I ask you to say a couple prayers for me for Jennyville and her dad, going through a lot right now. Some of our core members. Jenny Swain lost her husband after over 30 years, I believe. Az has a lot on her plate right now. She's trying to hit the lives. These are our moderators, and they still are taking time to come be here and support you and me. So I just ask you, send everybody, especially those that I named, a lot of love. And if you need prayers, let us know. We say them for everybody. I love you. I pray for Debbie Duncan and Jay's brother and Jay's dad, all his loved ones, all his friends, that we get the answers that bring some sort of closure, because she's hurting. Look how bad she's hurting. And I just grieve for her. I grieve for her very much as a mother. I feel it. I feel it. All right, my lovely Luz, I appreciate you. I'm going to jump off here. If you got problems with the way I did it, let me know too, but please be kind. I do my best. I love you to the moon and back. Until I see you again. Bye for now, my beautiful. I did the parade wave.